Today I'm going to share with you my first autocross event. This is a small car club event and not something like Sports Car Club of America or SCCA, which you can compete nationwide. For those that don't know what autocross is, it is a type of racing that is held in large open areas where the course is marked by cones. The courses are short and tight, and since it is made with cones, it can change at every event. The participants drive against the clock, aiming for the fastest time, and make sure that they don't hit any cones or drive off the track. Since this is a small club event, we weren't really put into classes or are really competing against each other. I mean, unless you have like friends in there and you guys are just trying to see which one's faster, but it's not really official. The main goal is to have fun, learn about how our car behaves within certain situations, improve our driving skills, all in like a nice, safe environment. Vehicles of all type can participate except for cars that are prone to rollovers like trucks and vans. You will be grouped in classes to make the competition fair. Safety is emphasized by helmet requirements, car inspections, and also the track that is held on has to meet a certain standard like runoffs and stuff for participants to be safe in case they do go off track. Autocross is accessible and affordable, making it ideal for beginners to improve their driving skills within a supportive community. The cost is kept low by having the participants work the event when you're not driving. So you can be assigned with cone duties. You would be in like a safe area, and when a car hits a cone and knocks it over, you just have to go there and put the cone back, or keep an eye if the cars are going through the proper gates. Since this is a wide open space, it is pretty hard for certain people to see if the participants did go off course or not. You can also be working the grid, lighting the cars up so it is more organized for the next person to run. Autocross always seemed really fun for me. Never really got started because I don't know how to get into it. Since I was able to go to a track day, one of the guys, Nate, was able to convince me to try out autocross. It is pretty close by since it is within the city. It's not like where Hollitt was, which was like 2 hours away. To prepare for this event, it is pretty much similar to most other racing events. They have their own tech inspection, and we just go down the list and make sure that our car meets those requirements. If you guys have never done a tech inspection, you guys can check out the video that me and Shane made for his first time going to a track day. I'm gonna leave the link down in the description so you can check it out if you haven't watched it. So I was pretty nervous when I arrived to the event since it was my first time. First thing I did was unload my gear from the car and anything loose. And then I went to the building to get registered and found some familiar faces. Connor was there with the yellow Porsche. He was there in the track day with us. He's usually like the fastest guy at the track. And then not too long after that, my buddy from a long time ago showed up, and I haven't talked to him for a while. I have been following his progress in his racing career. He's very experienced. His name is Bryson. He has a really sick white Porsche. And the last person that I knew that was there was Nate, who finally showed up with his black ISF. One of the cars that I did notice that came by is this yellow GS300. Of course, I'm gonna have to meet him. Fellow Lexus driver. His name is Chris. Really cool dude too. After registration, they gave us a magnetic number where we put it in the passenger side of our cars. So we had enough time to walk the track before the driver's meeting. Walking the track is so helpful. Even if you're a beginner or advanced, especially since the track changes every time. You can take notes on how the track looks, how certain turns are, any elevation changes or surface changes. So after the track walk, we attended the driver's meeting where they explained to us the rules, which can differ from other events. They split us up into two groups, odds and evens, based on the magnetic number that we got earlier. The even groups went first, which Connor, Bryson, and Chris were in, and the odd groups worked the field, which me and Nate was in. Since it was a small event, the participants were mainly just in cone duties. They pretty much just told us to grab a buddy and grab a walkie-talkie and a bright orange flag and take up a corner of the track. So Nate and I paired up and we went to an arc section and he showed me what we're supposed to do. Say somebody moves a cone or knock it over or missed a gate, we call it in with the walkie-talkie and we go over there and fix the cones. If the cone just gets nudged and is still in this square, then it doesn't really count. But if they do knock it over, kick it out, it deducts time off. And if they miss a gate, they get a DNF, which is did not finish. The bright orange flag is there, so when you go inside the track and you're about to fix a cone, they know where you're at since the flag will be very visible. Finally, it was our group's turn, and man, I was so nervous. Since it was my first time, they assigned me an instructor who turns out to be Connor. So in my first round, I drove pretty slow and Connor helped me navigate through the track. On the second round, he pretty much just observed me and just let me go on my own pace. And by the third round, I felt I was comfortable enough to go by myself for the rest of the day. Unfortunately, Chris's day didn't go as well. His car broke down during his 7th run due to a stripped lower ball joint bolt. By the end of the event, Connor had the fastest time, clocking in at 44.67. Bryson wasn't far behind with a 45.77. Nate did a 48.3. And Chris had a 48.55. For me, I was the slowest out of the group and was like the second slowest out of the whole event with a 52.69. But it was still really fun and it was definitely a learning experience. I know the car has a lot more, but I was still learning and I'm just trying to get comfortable with it. Another fun thing is kicking it with everybody at the end. Here's a quick acceleration test, and I don't think this is fair. Maybe it's time for turn real soon. Oh man, Autocross is super fun, and it was super cheap. For the event, it was only like $40 if you pre-register. And it doesn't take all day, and it's close by. It lasted from like 8 to 12, so by noon you have the rest of the day for yourself. So definitely scratch that itch to drive hard. You guys should really try it. If you compare it to a track day like Holland, it'll cost like $300, and we have like a 2-hour drive and 2-hour drive back. And it's track days can get pretty exhausting. I also learned a lot about my car. The track is fairly small, and the car doesn't really get to go that fast. But the tight turns really helps you understand how the car behaves with the weight moving side to side. The quick directional changes really upsets the balance of the car, so it really helps you learn how to manage your car's weight transfer. And the GS did so great. I felt like it handled the course really well. It can definitely get a lot faster. I just need to work on my driving. Even Connor said he was surprised about the traction I was able to get in the car. The only upgrade I was able to put in since my last track days and drift events is the bucket seat, and man, it helped a lot. It really helped me down. Usually I would get tired from just trying to brace myself while I'm driving, but it really helped me focus on just focusing on the track and not keeping myself stable. So that event was just a small club event called PCA, Porsche Club of America, not uh, an actual competition, unlike SCCA. I do plan on eventually trying out SCCA and see how well I do against other cars. This car was definitely not meant to compete on the SCCA, so I'm probably going to get classed pretty high. The car is definitely, I don't think it's going to be able to compete that well, but we'll see. When I do go, I'm definitely going to take you guys along. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you guys have any questions, let me know and just put it down in the comment, and I'll see you next time.